You here to join up? Not a moment too soon from the looks of you. Interested in weights, aerobics, racket sports. Personal tip. Start slow.
Thanks. What do you know about that woman over there, Claire Burton?
Dr. Burton? She's been running 10 miles every other day for years. Real serious. In and out. No chit-chat. Runs the Victorian London course on the treadmill.
Do you keep records of all your members here?
Not really. The terminal on the counter has some information if you're interested. Are you interested?
Maybe.
You should check out the club shop. Or do you plan on working out in that overcoat? You run, Quinlan?
Only for a story.
You're making me nervous standing there in that coat. What do you want?
So, you used to be married to Eddie. I mean, somehow I can't picture you two together.
Took you long enough, Quinlan. Biggest mistake of my life.
How long did it take to figure that out?
About 5 minutes. 6 months for the lawyers. 15 years to forget.
Why are you obstructing Powell's treatment?
I'm not. I know what I'm doing. Eddie may be a genius, but he's crazy. If your girlfriend dies because of him, it'll be my fault.
What's up with you and Magnata?
He brings me patients, throws his weight around the hospital until I throw him out. That's our relationship.
Well, I hear there's more to it than that.
He's a man with a grudge.
Grudge against who?
Who do you think?
Why was Farley fired?
Farley was fired?
You didn't know?
No. I didn't. I like Farley. He was a good pathologist.
Well, don't you find it mildly interesting that they fire him in the middle of the most celebrated murder investigation the city's ever known?
It doesn't make things any easier. Didn't it occur to you that I stormed out of the ICU for a reason? I don't want to talk to you, Quinlan.
I expect you in my office tomorrow with your work completed, Mr. Wendell. Good day, Mr. Wendell.
Yes. Excuse me, Professor Beck. I'm a reporter for the Virtual Herald. You have a few minutes?
That's how many I have exactly, a few. What can I do for you?
Do you remember a student of yours named Claire Burton?
The only student I ever encouraged to leave school. Why do you ask?
You advised the student to leave school?
Frankly, this place had nothing to offer her. It was my feeling that it could have even restricted her development. But I repeat, why do you ask?
Well, she's taking care of a friend of mine, and some of her colleagues think that her treatment is a bit unorthodox.
I have no doubt it is. She wouldn't look at things the way most surgeons do. It's what makes her so creative, so innovative.
She seems a bit weird about it.
Oh, she's quirky, all right. I certainly remember that about her. Some very unusual predilections indeed, but that's often a mark of genius. Unless Claire has changed drastically in the years since I've seen her, you have no need for concern.
Well, thanks. Was a man named Joey Falconetti a student of yours?
No, but I remember him well. He was an astonishing cyber surfer, but he was more interested in pretty assistance than in any genuine original thought.
Did he have a, affiliation with Claire Burton?
By affiliation, I assume you mean did she have an affair with him? I couldn't say. She may well have found his air of danger sexually appealing, and she was certainly aggressive intellectually. I'm sure she went after him to challenge his skills, see if she could prove herself superior. Who knows? The Web Runners may even have been her idea.
The what?
The Web Runners. It was a gaming club of some sort. It was cutting edge. Claire and Falconetti were among the founding members. In fact, when she left school, Claire seemed to do little else. She virtually disappeared.
Does this club still exist? I mean, where can I find them?
Oh, they're like children with a secret clubhouse. All I know is that they post notice of their meetings on the bulletin board out in the hallway. They usually encode the information, however, hiding it amongst the flyers and announcements posted there. Something about arranging those flyers in the proper order will form a sentence revealing where and when the runners plan to meet.
Do you know anything about a policeman named Vince Magnotta?
Claire used to mention him. Apparently, he had quite a temper.
So the location of the Web Runner's loft is hidden somewhere on this board. Got it. I hope the Web Runners don't mind a visitor.
11th Cavalry. Are you mad? You almost gave me a stroke. I was doing the Custer Sim, and I was the only Korean Indian, and I had Goldilocks by the throat.
This won't take too long, honey. I just need to ask you a few questions.
Make an appointment with my secretary.
I'm going to tell you what I've been going through lately. Hop along. I've been playing tag with a serial killer and ruining my shine by walking through his victim's guts. My girlfriend's in a coma, and the next time the Ripper kills, it could possibly be yours truly. So fuck your cartoons!
Okay.
Fine. Now, let's talk. A woman named Claire Burton. Used to be a runner. Do you know her?
Yeah, I know her. I mean, I don't know her. I know who she is or who she was. She was one of the first. Proto-runner. We care about our history, man. You've got to know where you've been to know where you're going.
Wow. It's interesting. So, what do you know about her?
I just know who she is. Seen her pictures hanging on the walls in here. You can see them yourself.
Do you know anything about a guy named Falconetti?
Every runner's heard of the Falcon. He's a legend on heels. Before he was a runner, he fracked with a gang called Era 33.
Falconetti was a 33. Was he part of this TRW thing?
Story is he masterminded it. Core overwrite. Took out the credit record of every adult on the East Coast. Cops never got him. They say he's still out there, waiting to strike again.
I bet. Ever hear of Vince Magnata?
Sounds familiar. You'd have to grep the runner's archive well to see if that guy means anything.
How can I access the runner's archive?
Never actually been there myself. It's for senior runners only. I know the address. It's at Anachrony Station. You're on your own with the ice, though. It's a bitch.
Okay, thanks.
Quinlan, I hope you have a story ready to roll.
Do you have any background on Falconetti and Burton?
I don't know everybody in this city.
I thought you did. Ben, you ever hear of Gambit Nelson?
Yeah, that was another one I gave her. Don't you guys ever share sources?
Why do you think someone would want to kill Wofford?
What do you care? The Ripper story is not enough for you? You don't look so good, Quinlan. Don't go tearing yourself up over Catherine. She's in good hands.
Hemodynamics operating system.
Exit cyberspace. Web Runners Archive.
Burton, 5-year member, gifted cyberspace traveler. Strengths include graphical user interface development in multi-dimensional hyperplanes and first-person post-arcade shooters. Handle, Churchill. Games author, Hostage Golf, Slipstream, and Hip Hop Mafia. Left Web Runners after marriage to Joey Falconetti ended in divorce 15 years ago, and the latter was sentenced to prison. Burton-Falconetti marriage ceremony of note, due to disruption by another Web Runner, Vincent Magnotta, who claimed to be in love with Burton. Josie Dorset, 3-year member, an extraordinary hacker and decker, but one known not to flaunt her cyberspace talents in a pretentious fashion. Handle, Disraeli, games author, Alien Mothers, Virtual Twister, and Beach Party Cryonics. Graduate research thesis on the effects of extended decking brought her national acclaim in the cyberspace community. An enthusiastic gamer, she died under very mysterious circumstances. The Josie Dorset case is still unsolved to date. Josie Dorset left behind an ex-husband and a teenage daughter. Victor Zztop, 5-year member. A highly skilled programmer, decker, and designer. Best known for his controversial past, followed by his personal religious conversion. Handle, Albert. Games author. SimTeam Runaway Exploitation. Headhunter. New Testament Interactive Volume 1. Sim Noah and Genesis. The Ultimate God Game. Reputed to be the Web Runner's programmer extraordinaire. Expert in low-level supercomputer programming. Author of several controversial underground games that continue to draw a large cult following. Following a personal religious conversion, Zztop became a senior programmer for Revelation Incorporated, where he is designing and writing a new line of religious interactive adventures. Joey Falconetti, also known as Falcon Eddie, 8-year member, founding father, an angel, an ace-cracker, a master of cyberspace. Handle, Beaverbrook. Games author, Collateral Damage 2020. Humvee, Logic Bomb, and Dwarf Toss. Left Runners 15 years ago when convicted of murder in the first degree. Conviction was overturned 2 years later when it was discovered that a police officer had falsified evidence leading to the conviction. The police officer suspected, but never convicted of mishandling the evidence, was Vincent Magnotta, a former Web Runner. Stephanie Jordan, 5-year member, decker of modest ability, no significant strengths or specialties. Handle, Victoria, games author, trophy wife, and streptococcus. Most notable for the company she kept, Jordan engaged in lengthy multiplayer gaming sessions with Falconetti, Magnotta, and Burton. Played no role in the deadly events that tore the formidable trio apart. Left the Runners due to unknown circumstances. Vincent Magnotta, 8-year member. Archangel, ace cracker, a master of cyberspace whose talents were exceeded only by Joey Falconetti. Handle, Sir Duke. Games author, Designer Gene. Hebrew Vice, Copadelphia, and Pistol Party. Betrayed Runner's credo that information shall be free by joining the data fascists at the Soho precinct of the United Police Forces. Explosive romantic triangle with members Claire Burton and Joey Falconetti culminated with Magnotta's implicating Falconetti in a murder, and the three of them leaving the Web Runners. Sam Mendler, 4-year member, a decker of above-average ability. Strength included interface design and applied gaming theory. Handle, Balfour. Games author, Wolfinator, Whorebusters, and President Satan. Mendler's game Wolfinator was a national bestseller. Known for his strong game design skills, Mendler followed up his smash hit with the highly controversial President Satan. Suddenly a target for an angry public and a hungry international media, Mendler left the Web Runners and retired from the gaming community. Years later, he opened a successful dry cleaning business in the Bowery. Renee Stein, 2-year member, known more as a plot writer than a decker. Strengths included character development, plot tree branching, and artificial personality construction. Handle, Salisbury. Games author, The Heat of Hate City and Bloodnet 3000. Talented writer, designer, and game scenario builder. Left the Web Runners to pursue a career as a hypertext novelist. She authored 3 acclaimed interactive novels before taking a position at Knopf as a senior editor.
Virtual Herald. Exit cyberspace.
Incoming WAC transmission.
Mr. Quinlan, this is Stephanie Jordan. I was a member of the Web Runners with Claire, Eddie, and Magnotta. Professor Beck emailed me, told me you were asking questions about the Ripper.
You know something about it?
I'm in terrible danger. Meet me at the Web Runners Loft. Hurry. There's something in cyberspace I want to show you. If I can find it, it will change everything you know about the Ripper. Hurry!
Bad weather had closed the skyways, forcing me to fight the street-level gridlock. It took me over 2 hours to get there. By the time I arrived at the Web Runners Loft, I was too late. The Ripper had struck again, Jordan was dead, and Magnotta had her body removed.
The cops just took the body. God, it was terrible, man. I was all decked in, and I was doing the OK Corral, and I was shooting the hell out of the Clantons, and I felt all of this bad stuff hit me, and dude, I'm not even thinking about it, because I figure it's Doc Holliday blowing Frank McClowry open. McClowry's still alive, and shooting Morgan, so I know something's wrong. So I pause the program and take my goggles off. And she was just there, dude. She was just all cut up with her eyes open and looking at me. And fuck, I didn't do this shit, man. I didn't even see anybody leaving. I'm gonna be sick, man.
No. You take it easy, cowgirl. You take it easy. Nobody suspects you of anything. It's all gonna be over real soon.
Incoming WAC transmission.
Too late, Quinlan. I never thought I'd see you miss a story.
Why'd you remove the body from the scene, Magnata?
You know, I'm getting tired of answering to you. I'm in charge of this investigation.
The public has the right to know what happened in there.
Not if I don't think so. Maybe I'll leak some information I just found. Interesting stuff. It seems like you were the last person Jordan contacted before she died. Powell, not Jordan. Could really make you wonder.
Oh, man. It was so gross what he did to her. So gross.
So, you used to be married to Eddie. I mean, somehow I can't picture you two together.
Took you long enough, Quinlan. Biggest mistake of my life.
How long did it take to figure that out?
About 5 minutes. 6 months with the lawyers. 15 years to forget.
So you were a web runner?
15 years ago when I was a kid.
So that's all it was, kid stuff.
Actually, it was exciting. I learned more about cyberspace there than I did in school. But basically, it was all about games. And I grew up.
So you and Eddie were friends with Magnata?
Friends is pushing it.
Look, I would appreciate an honest response. I know that you were all members of this web runners thing. What are all three of you hiding?
What makes you think we're hiding anything?
Oh, 3 people involved in a murder case, all just happened to hang out together 15 years ago?
Stranger things have happened.
Right. Did you hear? The Ripper is killed again.
That's a line I've heard often enough.
Stephanie Jordan. Maybe you know her.
Stephanie Jordan. I haven't seen her for 15 years. Jesus. Same as the others?
Yeah.
Stephanie.
I know about Magnata breaking up your wedding.
Hard to believe, isn't it? Charming guy like him.
Hard to believe he has a heart. But I think it still beats for you.
When I married Joey, I learned how crazy Vince Magnata is. He became obsessed with me and Joey. That obsession nearly ruined our lives. Now it might kill us all. I wish you'd ask all of your questions at once, Quinlan. I'm trying to get a workout in.